Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Unit has 113 hours and we got a good amount of voltage on the battery. So we do have two issues: empty seat going off during operation and the solution tank empty. So looking at the empty seat, I'm gonna have to go into sensors and show you what happens, why it goes off when you're operating the machine. But a couple things I want to show here is, I don't know if there's confusion on whether there's enough water in the tank. Why should it be triggering this sensor? So right in here is the sensor. It's a float sensor. So as the water, right now it's seeing that there's enough water. Now, once that water level drops, okay, the sensor will actually lower. It's a float, it's a movable piece. If I can simulate that by reaching in here, I can move this up and down. Now, if I were to show that the tank is empty, I can do that manually by flipping this down, and hopefully we'll see an indication. Okay, it's going to be in the warning triangle, so let me pull the warning triangle back up. It's kind of hard to do when... Okay, so right now it's showing it's full, so it changed. But I'm gonna go ahead and simulate filling it up. And it takes a moment, and there we go. Now, it's showing it's empty. I'm gonna show that it's being filled and it's completely full. It goes away. So that tells me that the sensor is in good condition. There's no debris or chemical cotton here. So I believe that's a good working sensor. Now, the next thing I want to do is go into the sensors. Okay. And I'm going to log in. Status. I'm going to go down to the next page. So if we want to look at the seat, and I'm going to shift my weight to the right, like I'm going to look at the floor and twist my body. See how that's going to the green? Okay, I'm right in the middle now. I'm going to turn to the left, and there, the seat empty is going to come up. So we basically really got to sit in the seat. You can turn within limits, though. I know that when you're running the machine, you want to twist to the left or the right to make sure that the water's being picked up. But that's a natural occurrence with this type of system. The machine will stop when you turn one way or the other on the machine. It's just safety, but you know, the seat switch can only cover so much of the seat. I want to talk about pads and pad drivers. So when your pads get down to this point here, it's about a 1/2 inch, it needs to be tossed. They're flipping them over, which is fine. Also, they should be rinsed with hot water after use. Pad driver should be rinsed. Now, this is a part I want to point out. This is not the original pad retainer locking piece. This comes from an advanced product. So what happened was the pads were getting so low, the retainer, the original one, the white one, the Center Lock 3, was hitting the floor. What that does is will actually cause this metal clip, the retainer clip, to start rubbing on the floor, thus breaking it. So they have to be very mindful of this. So that's why I want to propose the big mouth, which is more durable, and you twist it on. to tighten it. Okay, another thing, underneath the deck here, not too terribly bad, but we need to make sure we wipe this down while it's still wet with the microfiber. Okay, probably the same issue with this other pad driver. Let's see what kind of pad retainer we have on there. Let's check here. So here's the original, and they're not able to get it down to 2 clicks. Also, there's some damage. If you look, they made contact with some irregular objects, and we're not getting a good clean like we should. So having to rely on the double click is very important, but that's why I want to propose we get the actual big mouth twist on. So, and again, there's some debris, it needs to be cleaned up. It's best when it's wet. This is going to end up dropping on the floor, and you never know when it's going to fall. Okay, another thing to look at is your blades. Your side skirt blades, I mean, and these are fairly serviceable, some wear and tear, and it is clean. I like how this is clean, because this can pick up some debris, but it's just showing some fair wear and tear. I'm going to propose another set of blades here. It's going to be time real soon to take care of that.